What? Are you saying... You mean the Phantom is...
Detective Bobby Fulbright?
Exactly. We were all taken in by his fake persona. Detective Fulbright's real identity is the Phantom.
Order in the court! Mr. Wright, how could this be?
That's easy, Your Honor. Detective Fulbright was leading the 4th floor evacuation effort. Our first clue is that he made no attempt to have any other ladder put to use. The ladder in the robotics lab is the only one he ordered to be lowered. The second is that he directed everybody to the basement shelter via this ladder. Verily, it was all a part of his plan to create an escape route. After Detective Fulbright saw to it that the ladder was lowered from the robotics lab, he went into the lounge where he killed Clay Tarrant and escaped into the Space Museum. The museum started moving slowly, so he waited for the right time, got a running start, and just as the corridor was passing the ladder, he leaped onto it. Good. I don't believe it! That addle-pated detective did all that? Was it really him? I mean, all this time I thought... Sorry we didn't catch your name. My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright, the heroic detective who defends our good citizens from evil. The champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need. And my catchphrase? It's in justice we trust. Then, his concern for Simon was also just one big act? I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give into his emotions and tear the defendant apart. That monster killed Clay? He had me completely fooled! Come to think of it, he's the one who brought that bloodstained lighter to court, too. This scumbag even made me turn on Athena. Damn it! How the hell did I fall for that? For him to have wormed his way into the police department as well. Ugh. Your Honor, the defense demands to question Detective Bobby Fulbright.
Yes, I agree that we need to hear from him right away. The court will take a short recess, and then Detective Fulbright will take the stand.
If we can find him. That slippery eel. A quick recess. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. If it wasn't for everything you did, I... Don't thank me yet. We still have an uphill battle to fight. You got it, boss. It's okay, Apollo. Don't beat yourself up. Apollo! Well, this is awkward. This is very awkward. Athena, can you do me a favor? Huh? What is it? Could you punch me? Please. What? Why would I do that? Because I should have believed in you. I let the seed of doubt inside me get the best of me. I'm really sorry that I didn't trust... Ah! Don't be such a dope. I was really touched by what you did. Huh? Now what are you talking about? I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really, fully trust her. You took the time and effort to genuinely think about who I am and what I'm made of. After all that, how could I punch a true friend like you, Apollo? Didn't you just punch him? Didn't you literally just punch him? You didn't have any trouble slapping him a second ago. Thanks, Athena. And thanks for waking me up to reality again. Guess I now know who to call if I ever get sleepy in court. Looks like you have some promising young people working under you. Edgeworth. Yeah, I think they're pretty great myself. And they're not afraid to keep me in line. Anyway, I have some very good news. Aura Blackwell has surrendered, and the hostages have been set free. Trucy and all the others? Oh, thank goodness! Miss Blackwell said she had something she really needed to do. So I granted her special permission to do what she must. I wonder what it is. Miss Blackwell! I didn't come to apologize, if that's what you're thinking. My actions are what allowed the truth of what happened 7 years ago to come to light. But I did come because I had something to say to all of you.
Miss Aura.
She better not be here to complain about something. Miss Blackwell, I want to apologize to you. The fact that you couldn't trust the court system is our fault. Yes, it's true! The courts are filled with incompetent idiots. Still, I suppose I could let you handle the rest of this case for me.
Oh, Miss Aura, does this mean you're starting to trust the system again? Are you starting to trust Clarko?
No, of course not. Be quiet, hunk of junk. It's just, I wouldn't mind if you were the ones who took Metis' killer down. Leave it to us. We'll get him. So I guess that means she's starting to trust us, at least. Aura? Simon, I'm so glad both you and the princess were cleared of all suspicion. And it's all thanks to me and my robots. You'd better be grateful. I never imagined you would go that far, though you always were extreme. But I don't recall ever requesting your help. As close as ever, I see. Well, now that you've been released, I guess it's my turn to go live in the slammer. I just hope you're not the prosecutor for my trial. You'd probably give me the death penalty. You know me all too well. I guess love can take on a variety of expressions, including stunted in their case. But I truly was about to be executed tomorrow. Though, because of you, it looks like I won't be crossing the Styx just yet. You have my heartfelt thanks, Aura. I'm sorry I caused you so much anguish. Simon. I'm so glad, Simon. So very glad to hear you say that. Aura. All right, that's enough of that. Bailiff, take me to the detention center. What Miss Blackwell did was inexcusable. But it's clear she did it out of love for her brother. I still can't wrap my mind around Detective Fulbright being the Phantom. I can't believe he killed Clay. Right, and murdered my mentor, which brought great distress upon little Athena. Chief Prosecutor. Yes? I would ask a favor. Would you allow me to stand at the prosecutor's bench for this trial? I wish to claim the Phantom's head by my own hand. Well, that was my plan all along. After all, it's highly unconventional for a man in my position to stand in court. Sir. The formal paperwork has yet to be filed, but you are hereby conditionally released. Please take the prosecutor's bench in your official capacity and uncover the truth by your own hand. I'm much obliged. The day to part with these has come at last. Chief Prosecutor, could you? How long have I waited? About 7 years. Maybe it's the sense of freedom, but even the air seems fresher, the light brighter. And I will relish slashing that blackguard Fulbright to shreds without mercy. I don't have to be able to read his heart to see how happy he is. I'm so glad, but I won't cry just yet. After all, we've still got a trial to finish. It's okay to cry, Athena. I promise. Prosecutor Blackwell, Mr. Wright, please avenge Clay's death for me. What are you talking about, Apollo? You're coming to the defense's bench with me. I am? Well, I can't expect Athena to assist me now, can I? She's the defendant. That leaves you, Apollo. But, are you sure you want me? I took a leave of absence and everything. Well, our office is pretty short-handed, and you're all I've got. Also, the toilet is filthy, so you're going to be working on that for a while. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Apollo. Athena, I can say it with all my heart now. I believe in your complete innocence. And now we're gonna prove it to the world. Thank you, Apollo. I know you can do it.
So, you won't be needing that eye patch anymore, right?
Right, because I'm fine now.
I'm fine. You don't have to take off your friend's jacket. You can keep wearing that. You still like him a lot. Alright, whatever. Suit yourself. Also, aren't you still really injured? I guess you're just fine. I'm fine. If I say I'm fine loud enough, my wounds heal. My bones reknit. Now this is the Apollo I know. Welcome back, Apollo. It's almost time for the trial to restart, though it looks like you have things well in hand. Yep. I should head back to the prosecutor's office. I don't care how this case turns out. But why? I want to look into a few things. Namely, the first people on the scene 7 years ago, the facial data registered by the robot, and Detective Fulbright's background. Sounds great, Edgeworth. Thanks. I expect to be repaid with a victory, right? Now, if you'll excuse me. Okay, you two all set to go? You bet I am. Let's do this. This is it. The final battle. The murder of Apollo's friend. The courtroom bombing incident. And the case that ushered in the dark age of the law 7 years ago. Destiny has called us to bring the one responsible for it all to justice today.
Let us now reconvene.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has never been more ready. You know, this is the first time we've been at the defense bench together since I debuted. Yeah, that you mention it. Although back then, I thought you were more loud than you were reliable. You've really come a long way since then, Apollo. You've grown a lot. Well, there have been some hiccups, but I guess I've done pretty well. Still got that ego of his, though.
Prosecutor Blackwell, with the 7-year mistake now resolved, you can finally take your rightful place. Yes, I guess we can keep the chit-chat for later. Hey, bailiff, please bring in the witness immediately.
Even with those handcuffs off, Prosecutor Blackwell seems to be pretty much the same. 7 years of grumpiness doesn't go away so easily, I guess.
Ha ha ha! Bobby Fulbright here. I heard I was needed on the stand, so here I am. Detective Fulbright, do you know why you have been called to give testimony?
Yep, because there's only one reason why I'd be called. And that is because it's time for justice. In justice we trust!
Objection!
You can't fool us with that act anymore. Your justice is nothing but lies.
What? Are you questioning the integrity of my sense of justice? I mean, sure, sometimes I make mistakes, but hey.
He's acting exactly the same as always. Tell me about it. He must be feeling awfully confident. Fulbright, if you wish to dispel our suspicions, then let's get to your testimony.
Alright, fine. You want me to prove my righteousness? I can certainly do that. Ha 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 ha! Ha ha! I am the very embodiment of justice itself! I won't have you make me into a villain with your far-fetched arguments. And this bit about the escape route's only a theory. You don't have any proof. What we do have is proof that Athena Sykes is the culprit. The lighter with her prints on it. Ah! So you're saying the suspicions against you are completely false? And that the defendant is the real culprit? If only there had been some kind of trial in which I could have had evidence that that's not the case. Oh well, I've completely forgotten everything. Where am I? That's right. Mr. Lawyer's escape route is totally circumstantial. He doesn't have any proof that I made a big leap onto a ladder.
We don't have proof. You are correct about that. However, you don't have any proof for your claim either.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But you can't define justice with evidence. Who can define it anyway? Justice just is.
Objection!
Don't make me break out a dictionary on you.
Nah, please don't throw the book at me.
Tell me the Phantom didn't just make me set up a stupid pun for him. Let's just try not to lose focus, alright?
But my justice is crystal clear. What's not clear are your eyes. Wake up and smell the justice.
Silence!
Ah!
Enough of your rubbish, Fulbright. If you have even an ounce of justice, then you will answer the court's questions and prove it.
Prosecutor Blackwell?
Prosecutor Blackwell looks torn. Well, Fulbright was his partner, after all.
Prosecutor Blackwell is right. The truth will be revealed in the cross-examination.
Are we both sides prosecuting, by the way? Is nobody defending, Detective Fulbright here? Because I feel like he should have somebody else as his defense attorney. I'm just saying. Japanifornia, whatever.
The suspicions against Detective Fulbright are, at this point, only suspicions. As is my duty, I will judge the claims against the detective as impartially as I can. Does anyone have any objections?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Ha ha ha! Now ask away and don't hold back. Well, there don't appear to be any objections. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination.
All right, the embodiment of justice. I'm the very embodiment of justice itself, literally poured into a mold of solid justice. The embodiment of justice? Those are just empty words. But they say if you keep saying something, it can eventually become the truth. Isn't that how people make their dreams come true too? By wishing over and over. All right. Let's just move on. I won't have you make me into a villain with your far-fetched arguments.
Hold it!
My arguments are hardly far-fetched. There's careful reasoning behind my theory. Yes, well, apparently there's reasoning behind even a tofu burger. I can't understand it, though. Woo! But what we have against Miss Sykes, though, it's not just reasoning, but solid evidence. It's a real hard piece of beef. Like, I'd love to bite right now. Who wants to go get cheeseburgers? I sure do. And it's called the lighter, with Miss Sykes' fingerprints on it in the victim's blood. Yes, that's true, but wait, Detective Fulbright was the one who brought that evidence to the trial. If you harbor any suspicions, I suggest you ask Fulbright, right, Dodo? Especially about that lighter. He's right, but what exactly should I ask about? The number of prints? The position of the prints? Okay, let's ask about the number of prints. So how many prints were found exactly? 3. The thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger of a right hand. Thumb, index, middle finger. Okay. Your Honor, that's an important statement. Could we please have it, added to my testimony? You got it!
You beat me to it. Okay.
Ha ha ha! Be it investigating or testifying, speed is the key. 3 prints were on the lighter: the thumb, the index finger, and the middle fingers of a right hand.
Hold it!
Press. So 3 prints from a right hand were found on the lighter, huh? Are you certain of this? Oh, she wears a glove on her right hand! I'd stake my life on it. Mr. Wright, isn't it odd he's saying the prints are from Athena's right hand? Why would you say that? Well, think about it for a sec. Athena always wears that glove on her right hand, right? So there's no way she'd leave prints of those 3 fingers from her right hand. Hey, great point. Why didn't I catch that one? Detective Fulbright, I'm sure you heard our discussion just now about how Miss Sykes always wears a glove on her right hand. Ha ha ha! Well, I have one thing to say to that. Do you have any evidence that she was wearing that glove at the time of the incident? I guess we don't. If you want to prove the defendant innocent, we will have to ask better questions than that. Like I need a lecture from you, Smiles Magoo. I like that name a lot. Huh, should I try asking about something else? The print's position. Let's just press on like this, right? Let's proceed with your testimony, shall we? Haha, certainly. The statement was added. I'm not sure if it's relevant or not. Well, at least he seems willing to answer our questions. Let's keep asking about different things and see if we can uncover an inconsistency. Detective Fulbright is a tougher adversary than I thought. I'm the very embodiment of justice itself. I won't have you make me into a villain with your far-fetched arguments. This bit about the escape route is only a theory. You don't have any proof. Did I press that already? We do have is proof that Athena Sykes is the culprit. This lighter with her prints on it.
Hold it!
You mean the lighter that was found in the Space Museum, is that right? The one and only. After Miss Sykes murdered Mr. Tarrant, she escaped into the Space Museum. That's when she probably dropped the lighter. Then after the launch pads were switched, she ran out of the Space Museum, where her image was caught by the security camera. Without evidence, I should probably save this fight for another time. Don't we have security camera footage of it? Do we have that? Did they give us that? We don't? We've got that. Do we have another one? No. Shouldn't that be in evidence? We really should have that footage. But whatever. Let's see. Let's press the... I don't think we did the escape route. Then please tell us more about the circumstances surrounding the ladder. Well, I'd much rather expound on the topic of justice, but all right. Let's see. What should I ask about? Let's ask about both things. Please tell the court what you remember about Miss Blackwell at the time. She appeared to be really angry that the bombing commotion was disrupting her work. She even threw a robot at me. Yikes. I hope it wasn't poor Clunko.
Clunko sub.
This is very important information, isn't it? I'll just add this statement then. Why don't you let me decide that? Miss Blackwell was extremely crabby about having her work interrupted. I get the feeling that's not important. But I'm gonna press it anyway. I'm beginning to wonder, is Miss Blackwell ever not crabby? Well, they already took her down to the station, so it's a bit late to ask her now. Just my opinion, but maybe it's best we don't ask her about that, ever? Should I try asking the detective something else? Yeah, ask about the lab. Please tell us anything you remember about the lab. The lab, huh? Well, it was so messy there was hardly anywhere to step. I guess they were in the middle of building a giant robot. Yeah, that's pretty much how it looked when we visited this afternoon, too. All right, I know the drill. You want me to swap this statement into my testimony, don't you? What? No, way ahead of you. I'll just swap it in. The lab was very messy, so it was actually kind of a poor choice for the evacuation. Yes?
Hold it!
You aren't fooling anyone. You chose the ladder in that very room on purpose to create your escape route. That's not true. It's just that when it comes to ladders, I'm very particular. I had a good feeling about that ladder. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Huh? Did I mess up somewhere along the way? I don't think it's either of these. Let's proceed with your testimony, shall we? Ha ha ha! Certainly. Yeah. The statement that was added, I'm not sure if it's relevant or not. Well, at least he seems willing to answer our questions. Let's keep asking about different things, see if we can uncover our inconsistency. Detective Fulbright is a tougher adversary than I thought. Alright. Embodiment of Justice itself, I wouldn't have... I should just present my attorney's badge and show him that I'm the embodiment of justice itself. And this bit about the escape route is only a theory. You don't have any proof. What we do have is proof that Athena site... We have proof of the leaves. Right? Do we have the leaves, actually? Leaves. Is that in our thing somewhere? I bet it's not, actually. It really should be. Alright. Let's ask about the print's position. Please tell the court about the position of the prints on the lighter. They're around the same spot on either side as they would be if she were holding it up. I suppose if it was used to light the room, it would be held that way. I believe this is important. Please swap this statement into your testimony. Alright, placed just the way they would be if someone were holding it lit.
Hold it!
Yes, Miss Blackwood did mention she saw a lit lighter being held up.
Yep, meaning the person Miss Blackwell saw was the owner of the fingerprints. It just strengthens the argument against Miss Sykes.
This line of questioning is going to get me anywhere except conviction land. Should I try asking him something else? No.
Ha ha ha! Certainly, certainly.
Whoa. The knife was in her right hand. The lighter was in the left.
Hold it!
That's the thing, is that the fingerprints were on her right hand where she had the glove, and it's not the glove that's the issue. Can we get you to switch that back out for the number of prints? So how many prints were found exactly?
3. The number of her right hand.
Alright. Now we present our statement because the lighter was held in the left hand.
Objection!
You say the prints were from a right hand, is that correct?
That's right. Very clear prints.
But that just doesn't add up.
Huh? Well, it doesn't add up.
According to Miss Blackwell, who saw the culprit herself, this person held the lighter in their left hand.
Oh?
So here's the dilemma before us. Why are the prints on the lighter from a right hand instead of a left?
Ah! You're right. It doesn't make sense, does it?
Your Honor, this lighter can hardly be called incriminating evidence. The witness claims don't even hold water.
Detective Fulbright, I hope you have a good explanation for this. Huh, I just can't understand it. They're definitely right-hand prints. But then, why are they inconsistent with Miss Blackwell's statement? I've got it. What have you got, Detective? The mirror. The witness must have seen a reflection of the culprit in the mirror. Go on. Miss Blackwell was looking in through the window of boarding lounge 1, wasn't she?
I believe so. If you mean the little window in the back and to the right of the room.
That's right, and across the room on the opposite wall is a large mirror.
I do remember seeing it. Ah, so you're saying...
Yeah, the culprit Miss Blackwell saw must have been a reflection of that person in the mirror. I see. In that case, right and left would appear reversed, wouldn't they? Ha 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 ha! Now do you see? That's the logic of pure justice.
Objection!
But your argument's only conjecture. You don't have any proof that what Miss Blackwell saw was a reflection. Righto, no. You'd sooner nick yourself than him like that. Put some more muscle into it. Huh?
Ha ha ha! That's right! Besides, the lighter couldn't have been in the left hand.
And why not?
Miss Blackwell said she saw an Earth emblem on the lighter, didn't she? That emblem's only on one side of the lighter.
You're right. There's no emblem on the other side.
Exactly. As blank and smooth as the judge's fine scalp. If the culprit had held the lighter in their left hand, they would have covered the emblem.
Uh-oh.
What's more, this is the kind of lighter you flick open with your thumb before lighting. So if the culprit had held it in their left hand with the emblem out and visible, they wouldn't have been able to open it, let alone light it. But if they had held it in their right hand, they could easily open it and light it. This all means that the culprit was definitely holding the lighter in their right hand.
No! Come back, my beautiful contradiction! It appears you've planted a flower that bears no fruit.
Ha 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 ha!
See how it withers before my flower of justice? He's tough. He's managed to discredit almost everything I've proven up to this point. In justice we trust. Now do you see? I'm not this phantom you've been talking about. I mean, are you sure there really is a spy? I bet they're just a figment of your imagination. Oh, it's so sad, so very sad. But I'm afraid Miss Sykes is the culprit.